I'm your host, Nick Miswick, here to bring you the news of the world on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Today's topic is the relationship between U.S. and Russia. Russia and U.S. have been in a frenemy relationship for a while now. President Donald Trump and Russia President Vladimir Putin have agreements and disagreements towards each other. Putin believes the fall of the Soviet Union and its satellites as the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the 20th century, which is a bad thing because he might try to bring communism back to Russia if possible. President Donald Trump had disagreements towards Russia's allies, Syria. President Trump authorized the launch of a missile attack in Syria in response to President Bashar al-Assad's appearance of use of chemical weapons against his own people. Russia didn't take liking to that for the U.S. getting involved in their allies' business. The issue is to worry about because possible chance of war can sprawl between the two countries for attacking allied powers. 10-second trivia. Going right now. Why is the relationship between Russia and the U.S. so complicated? Because of the Cold War! That's why. Russia and the U.S. Have competition towards each other. History behind the disagreements dates back to the end of World War II. Western democracy have always been hostile to the idea of a communist state. The United States have refused recognition of Russia. Years after the Soviet Union believed communism became a communist state, the U.S. and Russia began an arms race which was to obtain supremacy in nuclear warfare in August 1945 after the U.S. bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Other competition arose between the U.S. and the Soviet Union called the space race. The space race was from 1957 to 1975 for supremacy in spaceflight capabilities. The Soviet Union President Nikita Khrushchev launched Sputnik in space, which was an Earth satellite orbiting the moon. President Kennedy sent astronauts to land on the moon, which ended the space race. The competition still holds today. The competition caused hatred in today's world between U.S. and Russia. Yeah. A misconception about the issue is that people don't know why the two countries do not like each other. Some people don't know why the past of the Cold War still affects countries today in some ways. The public needs to know that the relationship between Russia and the U.S. can be a big issue in today's world. War can happen as well as nuclear war. The issue can cause so many problems, so staying out of Russia's business may be able to solve that issue to stop nuclear war. From the past to now, Putin wants to run the country the way it used to be, and which can repeat history with communist dictatorship. Vladimir Putin disagrees with President Donald Trump. Putin was upset at the U.S. for being involved in the allied country Syria, for sending bombs to their country after Syrian president sent chemical weapons on their own people, causing many casualties. President Donald Trump argues that bombing in Syria for their actions was good, because he didn't like what Syrian government was doing to their people.
The U.S. has reportedly launched dozens of cruise missiles at a Syrian government target. That is according to U.S. networks, including CNN and NBC, citing Pentagon officials. So far, RT has not been able to officially, independently verify this information. At least 50 Tomahawk missiles were apparently fired at an airbase near Homs, according to the unnamed officials. Now, the reports say the missiles were fired from 2 U.S. warships in the Mediterranean and that no people were targeted, but aircraft and infrastructure at the site were hit. This comes after the U.S. government accuses the Syrian president, Bashar al-Assad, of carrying out a deadly chemical attack in the Idlib province on Tuesday. To get more on this, we can now cross live to get details from Caleb Maupin. Caleb, what are we hearing there from the United States side of this?
Well, as of now, the reports are indicating that 50 missiles have been unleashed and that it was a Syrian airfield that was targeted. Now, this would be the first direct strike by the U.S. government on the Syrian government. Now, there have been previous strikes at previous times that the Syrian military has been hit, but these have been, they've said that they have been accidental.
President Donald Trump is an important role on this topic by being in control of what possible future can have with the country depending on his actions or involvement with the country, which can cause war. Thanks for tuning in on today's CNN News. Have a fantastic Friday, everyone!